Hi guys, this is Jey from jEyLaBs. We're here today with Dylan Young, a young race car driver, a racing superstar from Melbourne. Dude, you just came back from racing in India, so tell us about it.
Good fun. Traffic was crazy. That's India. I've been there a number of times now.
Hopefully not on the racetrack.
No, I felt safer in the car actually. It went well. Would have liked to have gone a bit better. We went really well there, sort of 2013 or 2014. Got a few podiums, so couldn't replicate it this time, but we finished a strong 7th out of sort of 15. But it's a crazy track, mate. It's hot, it's bumpy, and there's not much time to chill out. It's just corner after corner.
Okay. So what sort of speeds you are getting in this sort of tracks?
I mean, this track actually is a bit slower. It's sort of the top speed's only 220, but that's because the sort of the longest straight is only a few hundred meters long.
Right.
Other tracks it might be 240, 250. But as I've said to you in the past, it's not the top speed, is it? It's when you've got to stop from the top speed, and that's when it gets a bit more hairy. So,
right.
Or going through a corner quite quickly. So, we're moving fast. Don't worry about that.
Okay. So before going to India, were you driving in Dubai and other places?
Yeah, our season started in Abu Dhabi actually, at the Yas Marina F1 track, probably one of the coolest tracks going around. I mean, you spend the first few laps there sort of just looking at the scenery because it looks insane. Then we went to Bahrain a few weeks after at the F1 circuit there. We were racing with the FIA World Endurance Championships, so that's probably the second biggest category in the world outside of Formula One. It's what Mark Webber currently competes in with Porsche. So that was a good round for me as well. A track that I've traditionally sort of done well at. Qualified sort of well there last year, consistently sort of top 5 in the races there in the last few years. So Bahrain, was the second round with 2 races there. Then we had another 4 races in Dubai. So it's very sort of centrally run in that Middle Eastern sort of region because they've got a lot of money. So the tracks are
awesome.
Neat. So basically Abu Dhabi, Bahrain, Dubai, and then we finished off in India a couple of weeks ago.
Excellent. So. One of the reasons that I think that we think that you are a good ambassador for us is because you're from Melbourne. You are someone that is have great goals just like us, and you have to put a lot of effort to be the best at what you do, and every second that you can shave off, every kilo that you can shave off, every little improvement that you can make actually helps you be the best at what you do, and we see the same in our solutions, in the way we train our people, the way we focus on developing our solutions. So tell us a little bit about the kind of preparation that you do on a daily, weekly basis to get into these races. I mean, we're talking about maybe 2-3 weeks of racing, but you actually train for the whole year, don't you?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I mean, as we were talking about a bit earlier, it's fitness is a massive part of performance. I mean, if you're sort of getting tired in the mind at the end of a race and you start making mistakes, that's when it becomes a bit dangerous, but 2, it just sucks because you might put it in the wall or something. So, and concentration stems from being fit. Obviously, the first thing that starts happening when you become dehydrated is you start making mistakes. So a lot of time is spent in the gym.
Right.
It's kind of good. At least I get to work on my guns. Nah, just joking. I'm not that big. So I've actually got to cut my weight down quite significantly as well for a tall guy, which is difficult. So a lot of time in the gym, a lot of time studying tracks. Working with my engineer, so before a round I'll look at YouTube videos of tracks and run over onboards, and you're just looking at things where you could improve from the previous season, and then there's a lot of behind the scenes work sort of with sponsors and management team and my investors, because we have a long-term vision, but to get there I'm one part of a sort of a whole team effort. And that means extracting every bit of performance, whether that's something from the fitness side, something from the nutrition side, something from the car setup side. It's to get 100% out of your race. There's a lot of different factors that come into it.
Yeah. So what keeps you going? I mean, I know it is a hard slog. It is a hassle. A hassle, I should say, that you have to put a lot every day to be the best at that particular race at that particular tournament. So what is motivating you to keep doing this?
Good question, mate. I love it. I love racing.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I ever went to an F1 race was the 96 GP here at Albert Park across the road.
How old were you then?
Yeah, I made a little tucker, so I would have been like 6 or 7 or something like that.
Cool.
Yeah, I remember I bawled my eyes out because it was just so loud. So and Dad's sort of a tough guy. He didn't want to put earplugs in. So you would have thought that I would have thrown it all away there and said, no, this isn't for me. But fell in love with it, and I don't know, there's something about the speed and being in control and having the car as sort of an extension of yourself. Mm-hmm. Good thing we've got a table here, because I always say, like, racing is about being on the edge.
Right.
As I say, if you're sort of here and you're a little bit before the edge, you're playing it too safe, and that's when you're sort of last. If you're over here, you're probably in the wall, and your team's a bit angry and the bank balance is coming down. But if you're balancing on the edge here, that's where it's just the best feeling in the world.
I actually love it. I mean, a lot of the stuff we do is what we call the the cutting edge or the bleeding edge, and I can see you actually living that during your races. And I think for us, it's about, say if you take PowerToolz for example, we're looking at that, getting every ounce of performance out of K2, every ounce of value out of K2, and everything we can do to get the best out of that product for our customers, to make them succeed in their K2 ventures, is what we do with PowerToolz. And that's why I think that we see that speed, power, passion as our motto for this, and the motivation for us. And it's great to see and hear it from you in your point of view. No, excellent. That is fantastic. And look, all the best for the next round of tournaments. And thanks for coming in. And I appreciate it.
No worries. Cheers, Jay.
Cheers, mate.